All right, so welcome everybody. Thank you so much for hopping on the training call tonight. I'm really excited to do it because this is really my first one since having my baby, and so I'm nervous and I'm excited, and I have information that I'm really excited to share with you guys because I really struggled with the closing for a while, and I really learned a lot, and I feel like the closing should be effortless and natural, and I'm just really excited to share what I have with you guys tonight. So, but before we get into all of it, first of all, for those of you that might not know me, my name is Carrie Christie, and I am a Pro 6 here on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. And we're going to just do a few updates and some news. So first of all, to start, within the last week, we have a new team member that I wanted to give a big welcome to. Her name is Nola Wright, and she came in on a platinum pack, so Pro 1. So she is from Perth, so Western Australia, growing. She's joining the team out there. Big congratulations to you on this amazing decision. I know that you've had some incredible results with Pretandem, and I haven't heard the story yet, but I'm really excited to learn more and to get to know you. We have an incredible team of people that just encourage, support, and love you and are there for you at any time. So feel free to reach out, and we cannot wait to watch everything unfold for you. All right, so just a little bit, the Pacesetter program is still going all the way through June, and there is potential that it will be put in place for good. So here's how it works. Reach Pro 2 within 30 days, and you're going to earn an extra $100. So this is upon enrolling. And maintain it Pro 2 the following month, and you're going to earn an additional $100. Then reach Pro 3 within 90 days, and you're going to earn $250, and you can earn another $250 when you maintain Pro 3 the following month. So let's help our teams. Let's continue getting this Pacesetter program going. And I know some people from last month that have hit it have already got the cash in their Hyper wallet. So it's very exciting. I love this program. Absolutely love it. And then last month for the cash incentive for Pro 4 and above for Australia. So this is for Australia only, and it is the last month. So earn $750 when you reach the rank of Pro 4. It's like raining cash, raining cash. The company is just throwing it at us. And earn $1,000 when you reach the rank of Pro 5 and above. So anybody pushing, we have, how many days do we have left? 11? I believe we have about 11 days left. So let's get you guys there. This is huge. This is amazing. That's really, really decent money. And for those of you that have not been paid as a Pro 4 or higher for the last 6 months, as it says here, you can also qualify by getting back to your highest pin rank. So let's go. All right, so what's coming up to help build your business? Now, dates are yet to be confirmed, but I know it's the end of June, possibly beginning of July. There's going to be another corporate tour. And I don't think we can announce yet, but it's going to be with a favorite doctor. You can probably guess who it is. I am so excited about this. I have been waiting for him, I'm going to say him, to come for a long time. So it's very exciting. And then in October, we have Global Convention. So early bird registration is April 17th. So you're going to want to get in. So Lisa Sarah has done an incredible training call all about Global Convention and how to plan and save to get yourself there. I highly recommend you go check out that training call. Global Convention is amazing, guys. It will just blow your mind. You will learn so much, but it is that feeling. Every event, it is that feeling. And that cannot, that energy and the feeling that you get cannot be passed on. So please do everything that you can to get yourself there and to get your teams there as well. I know it is a massive commitment and it is a huge trip, but I'm telling you, it is so worth it. Then we have in November our very own Australian Leadership Academy. So this is like the elite academies that they do in America. This is like our own version of Elite Academy. Amazing events again, and it's going to be November on the Gold Coast. Yay! Okay, so we also have weekly opportunity webinars happening. They are on Monday and Thursday nights at 8 o'clock. I am so grateful for these ladies doing these. It's so easy to invite your prospects on. They can sit as we are, you know, in their pajamas. They can have the video off. They don't have to talk too many. So do the work and invite them onto these. We've got Lisa Sauer and Katrina Allen doing it on Monday, and Janelle James and Karen Murphy on Thursday. Amazing presenters, guys, amazing presenters. So really take advantage of these opportunity meetings. Okay. All right, so getting into the training. Just gonna have a little sip of water first. We are gonna be training on the closing tonight. Now, as I mentioned before, this is something that took me a while to start to love. And it is the last step of the proven plan. And I am going to be totally honest with you, in the beginning, I think I totally skipped it. Because I had too much fear and what are they going to think, you know, all those thoughts going on in the mind. But as it says here, no matter how great your presentation is, no matter how well you know the science, or no matter how good you are in front of the room, if you do not close and if you do not learn how to close well, you are not going to be able to create a successful business. All right, so let's get into it. Let's learn it. My goal is to help you all discover something new today. Maybe you are feeling really confident with the close already, but my goal is to be able to help inspire everybody to just be able to make it effortless and really natural. First, hang on a second, I just got to get rid of this on my screen. All right, so first, how do you feel about the closing? I really want you to think to yourself how you feel about the closing, because our feelings are such a strong indicator of what's going on in our world, and also what the person that we are sharing with and that we are closing with feels. So if you're like these people here on the table, I cracked up when I saw that picture. I was looking for a picture that could describe how I used to feel at one point, and that was the picture. It's like, oh, the class is coming, let me just curl away. And these are actually things that I had thought about before. Like, I'm so afraid to close. What if they feel pressured? Like, I never wanted people to feel pressured. And the other one too, I don't want them to think that I'm only in it for the sale. Like, I'm so afraid to close. I'm just gonna let them, you know, tell me that, yes, I want in, you know, but it does not always work that way. So what you find is that most people who say that they have a hard time with the close, when you ask them, okay, well, share with me what you're doing, they're not actually doing it. And I was there. I was totally there. And these are typically the reasons why. There'll be plenty of other reasons as well, but these are probably the most known reasons as to why. So they feel salesy, and nobody wants to feel salesy, right? It's icky, and we're in a relationship business. So we're gonna run away from it if we feel that way. They're hoping, as I did, that the prospect will just take control and do it on their own. And sometimes this does happen. I'm not gonna say it doesn't happen, because I have had it happen before, but there's also a very good lead up to it, which is what we're gonna talk about. But it's not that that never happens, but we really have to lead and guide people to them. If they're going to do this, it's us leading them there. They might not realize the importance of this actual step in the proven plan. Like, they might not realize how crucial it is. Fear of all kinds can just step in the way, right? Fear of all kinds. And the other reason why people might run away from it is because they are thinking of that sale. They are thinking of getting them, you know, it's that hunter mode. They just want people to enroll. And when you feel that way, it brings in all the wrong feelings, and you're not gonna want to close, right? All right, so let's learn a little bit more. So I really want you guys to think about how you feel when you are going to close, and that's going to really give us a good indicator of who you are thinking about as you go to close. So if you feel nervous, if you feel anxious or fearful or worried, and you know that you're kind of in that hunter mode, or you feel salesy, it is because you are thinking of yourself. And like I said, I have been there so many times, right? You're thinking about yourself, and it just takes your authentic self completely away. It takes your heart out of the equation, and it brings in all these feelings that you don't want, because they're going to feel it too. They're going to be like, okay, Carrie was sharing with me and that was Carrie, and suddenly who is this person that's so not Carrie, you know? And I have felt the change in myself before as I get to the close because of this. But when we make it about us and our ability to enroll a person, it is completely invalidating that person as a person, because it becomes about us. It becomes about our success and what we can do. And it's not about us. It is all about them. So if you are thinking about the person in front of you, if you are thinking about the prospect and thinking about how you can serve them, how you can help them, how you can create change in their life, how you can inspire them to make that change, and just really developing that relationship with them, closing happens. I mean, it could take a little bit of work to make this happen this way, but it happens very naturally and effortlessly. And sometimes it doesn't even feel like a close. Like you know, they're enrolling and it didn't even feel like a close. And I think that's when it is done right. So let's look at this quote here. Jim Rohn, he says, you can have everything you want in life if you help. Oh, sorry, just checking some things. Okay, you can have everything you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want out of life. Right, let's listen to this again. You can have everything you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want out of life. Guys, this sums up our business. This sums up what we are doing. This sums up the invite. This sums up the close. It really sums up everything. So here is the key to closing. I believe it's the key to the invite. I believe it's the key to everything that we are trying to accomplish with our business. And it is, you have to find out what those things are for people. You have to find out what they want out of life, what their dreams are, what their struggles and their pains are. You have to find out about them. And this is a relationships business. It is a business of connecting, and this is what we are doing. We are caring and serving other people. So we have to find out what those things are for people. How are we going to do this? Question skillfully and listen carefully. It is all about the questions, guys. All about asking people question after question after question skillfully. So we have a gift to give, right? We know this. We know that what we have is just incredible. It can change lives. We know it is a gift, but it has to be the gift that they want. They don't know this yet, but it has to be the gift that they want. And if we are skillfully asking the right questions to find out what gift they want, then we can give them the gift that they want. A lot of gifts. I hope that makes sense. But it all comes down to those questions. And as I say here at the top, closing, I believe, this is coming from me, I believe that closing is actually an extension of the invite. Right? Because this is what we are doing to invite people. We are finding out about them. We are developing that relationship. We are asking the questions to find out what dreams they have, to find out how we can bring hope back into their life, to find out how we can serve them and help them, and to find out their pain so we can offer that solution. And the closing is just an extension of that. That's what we're doing through the whole process from start to finish. All right, so let's learn a little bit more. All right, so some examples of skillful questions to ask that are going to lead to the close. So these can also be questions that you ask to invite, to learn about the person, to know how to invite them, but that's a whole nother training call in itself. So these are questions, skillful questions that you can ask to lead to the close. So what would your life look like if money and time were an issue? Now, there are a million of these questions too. These are just a few that I put on here, and I'm sure all of you have ones that you use as well, and you can put them in the comments if you'd like. If you had all the money in the world, what would you do with your time? Time. It's such a thing for everybody, right? Time. So many people do not have the time in their life. Do you have enough time with your kids? Are you feeling fulfilled with your line of work? Is there a dream inside of you that you've forgotten about or seems impossible to make happen, maybe because you don't have the finances or the time to do it, or you've just forgotten about it because you've forgotten how to dream? Are you finding enough time for hobbies and families? Now, when these people give you an answer, like, for example, do you have enough time with your kids? And they say, no, like, I work so much. Tell me more. This is Carrie Dickey's line. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. We want to know. We want to be able to help these people. We want to understand them and their hearts. And so tell me more is powerful. Just keep digging and digging and digging. All right, so the closing is also another way of just saying, you know, I think the word closing can create fear in people. So let's just think of it this way. We are helping people and we are serving people. We're leading them to a decision ultimately. We are helping and serving these people. And we have to be genuine, right? Being genuine and authentic is just, it is the key to everything, right? It is the key to everything. And we are cultivating a process for success for this person. And we're doing this because we care about them, not for the sale, not for anything else. We're doing this because we care about them. Fundamentally, we attract people by inspiring them, right? We attract them by inspiring them. This is all about inspiring. You know, Seth Muller says all the time, inspire change today. So how do we do that? In order to do that, we have to get inside their hearts. We have to discover their dreams that have gone by the wayside, their struggles, as it says here, their pains, the things that they want in life, but that they don't have, all right? And we have to help inspire this, because this is going to ignite that emotion on the inside of them, that is going to help them discover that this is the gift that they want. We're going to help them come to that conclusion. And as it says here, as we love on people and genuinely care for them, it's going to create that trust and that knowing to them that we do care. We do care, and we completely, it completely takes any salesy feel out of it. I have so many examples of that. I'm just going to give one real quick. Actually, I put up a post on Facebook, and it created a curiosity, and somebody that I didn't know but was friends with my husband, she messaged me, and then we met up and we were talking, and I was asking question, learning all about her. And I mean, I could see how this could help her, and it was getting her to see that as well, right? So we went through the whole process, and I remember there's a point where she was just like, what? This is network marketing? And this was well and truly in it, like probably before she was about to enroll. This is network marketing? She had no idea. And I was like, that is so cool, because I truly feel that this industry, the profession, you know, people, we're amateurs, right? And we're not always doing it correctly. And we're not always giving the right feel, and it does come across salesy in the ways that we don't want it to, you know. And her previous experiences had created those feelings in her with network marketing. So it was so cool to know that, oh my goodness, I did it in a way where, you know, she felt that trust, she felt that care, she felt how genuine I was, and she didn't even know it was network marketing. And this is what we need to be, the change, right? We need to be the change in this profession. And I think it's so easy to do it with the people that we are attracting in. They just automatically do it this way. And with what we have, it really is just different, isn't it? Like, I'm not putting anything else down, but it's so special what we have. So then again, skillfully asking questions. I can't say this enough. Carefully listening. This is going to naturally lead to the easiest proactive closing words of, let's get you started. Now, I want to talk about how we can get to these, because that's like, how do you just jump in and say, okay, let's get you started? You know, so there's a lead up to it, but proactive words right there. All right. So going back to those questions right here that we were talking about when we've asked the questions. So you've invited this person, you've learned about them, you know how to invite them, they've seen a presentation, they've seen the information, and now you're getting into the closing. And you're going to continue to ask questions. You should already have so much information about them, but you can continue to ask those questions that I just shared, and these can easily lead to these statements. So say, for instance, somebody, you know, shared with you as you ask questions that they don't have time to spend with their kids and family, okay? And how easy and effortlessly and how naturally can you just say, you know, let's get you more time to spend with the kids and family. Let's get you started. and then you pull out the laptop. That's so seamless. Like it just flows. You talk to somebody next one. You talk to somebody, you know about their health struggles. You know how hard life is for them now, and their quality of life has just gone, and you know you can help them. And and you're talking to them, and you're asking the questions, learning more. And it's like, well, with what what we have our hands on with Pratimam, let's get your health back on track. Let's get you started. Somebody that shared with you that they did have that dream, but they just left it by the wayside. How easy to share as you know this information because you care and you've learned it. Let's build a residual income for you so you can have your time back and work on that dream that you just left by the wayside. Let's get you started. Open it up, open the laptop up, get them started. Somebody else that has shared with you that, they are just not enjoying their job anymore. They feel drained. They've lost their passion. They're stuck. They need a change. You can share them based on what you shared about feeling drained around your line of work. Let's create a plan B to eventually take over your draining job and give you your life back. Let's get you started. I'm just going to take a moment. I see the chat coming in. Hang on. Oh, sweet. Okay. We aren't allowed to use the word residual. Are you serious? Residual means royalty. Okay, so we'll just have to think of another word. Thanks, Nell. Okay, hang on. Let me just go up. See, I've lost all of your pictures on the side, so I haven't. It feels like I'm just talking to myself. It's really funny. Okay, all right. So let's carry on. All right, so let's get you started. Hang on, and my computer stopped working. There we go. Okay. So closing is just some more tips about it. Closing starts with your mindset. It really is a mindset thing. And when you know you're coming from the heart and your mind is in the right place, this is when it rolls forward easily. So other mindset tips is you are a leader. You are leading these people. You are leading them to help them discover what they need to discover to help them get to that decision. You are leading them to a better way. You are leading them through this whole process, right? So people do not know what the next step is. I know that sounds funny because you think when you get to a point that they're like, okay, yes, it's time to enroll now. But they do not know that. Some people might, but majority of people don't, and they need us leading them. And as we lead them, this also helps us maintain that control, which is really, really, really important, because the moment that you give the control or you stop leading, in better words, to the other person, then you're not going to have the results. It's not going to flow forward like it could. And that's an example, like if somebody says, oh, thanks for the information, I'll have a look at it and I will get back to you. Don't do that. You want to you want to maintain the control. You want to take it from there. And what's another example? When somebody just says, yeah, it's just basically when they're saying what they're going to do, and it's you are not taking that control, you're not leading them. You want to continue leading them and guiding them through every single step. So really make sure that you are that leader through this whole process. We've already talked about 2 million times. Number 3, you're not attached to their decision. Now we hear this all the time, but this is so, so, so important. Okay, we cannot be attached to people's decisions. If we are attached, it gives that feeling out of being in that hunter mode and trying to get somebody. Ultimately, they're going to do it or they're not, right? And one person is not going to make or break your business. One person can have a great impact and move things forward, but if that person doesn't want to be a part of it, they're not going to be that person anyways. All right, so do not be attached to their decision. It's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them and where they are, and it could change tomorrow, right? It could change 10 years from now. But we have to really learn how to detach ourselves and divorce ourselves from whatever they decide. The other thing, number 4, it is so, so powerful when you have that genuine, humble posture, if that makes sense. So you have this confidence about you, and it's coming from the right place, and it's authentic. And this confidence is, even if you're a brand new distributor, that you are taking this all the way, that you are going, that is attractive. People want to follow a person like that. People want to be a part of that. And that is going to bring in the right things into your life. So those are 4 tips there with your mindset with closing. All right, so let's talk about some other closing questions. I do it the way I've explained is basically the way that I always do it. I have used this question here. Can you see yourself aligning with this? Can you see yourself doing this? Even more bold, which is a good thing, is if you've gathered all that information from this person, and you know that they are seeing it, and that because you've asked the right questions, and they're really, you can feel it, you can see that they see what you have is an answer to what they need, and then just, you know, you can say, I can see yourself aligning with this, and chances are then you're like, yep, and then it's like, well, let's get you started, right? They're gonna feed off of you and your confidence and your posture and your excitement as well. Another one, I have personally never ever used this before, but I've heard it a lot of times. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? Now, anything that's not a 0 is good, is positive. And basically what you want to do, whether they're a 2, whether they're a 5, a 7, you want to find out then, well, what do you need in order to help you move forward? You just need to find out what information, if they need more information, maybe they need that third party and you haven't brought in a third party yet. Maybe they have more concerns to resolve, and Jill did an incredible training, was it last week? I feel like it was last week. I think it was last week, yes, last week on it. So go back and listen to that, because it could just lead to there, and then you just have to resolve the concerns and then move forward from there. The next 2 are very similar. What did you like best? What was the number 1 thing that stood out to you? So this is putting the question in the positive frame, right? We want it to be in the positive frame because we want their brains to pick out the positive things. 9 out of 10 times when you ask this, you're going to get a positive answer. And it also is going to help you gauge like where they are what they are resonating with, whether it be the product or the business more, or the whole package. Because if you like, what did you like best? And they're like straight on, oh my goodness, for tandem. Like, it is something that every single person needs. And then you know how to take the conversation further and gear it more towards the product. If they're like the business, oh, the timing, you know, this is so different. All the other presentations that I've been to have been with companies, you know, that have been around forever. So I really like the timing of you. Then you know more on how to take this further and asking those right questions to get to the let's get you started. Another one, income disclosure statement. I can't think of a time that I've actually used this personally. Once they're a distributor, I do, you know, we do it in the training, but this is another really good way. You know, pull out that income disclosure statement and you ask them monthly average incomes. Where would you need to be to make this worthwhile for you? And I know Eric Worre does a training on it, and I was going to look it up and have it in here, but I didn't have enough time. But it's basically asking questions like, how many days a week could you work this business? How many hours are you willing to put in it? And, you know, seeing if it matches up. It's just basically asking those questions. You're creating a plan for them already. You're affirming in their mind that they can do this. And then it's going to just lead to let's get you started, right? All right, what not to ask and say. I had to throw this in. You do not want to say, well, so what do you think? Because I am telling you, 10 out of 10 times, most likely, it is going to be negative. And this is just because it's the way we are programmed. We're just programmed, society is programmed to pick out the negative things first, right? Or to focus there, which is really sad, but it's the truth. And so you don't want to say that, especially too, if you have a presentation, you're doing a presentation for a group of people, and you've got a few people over here that are really excited, and then you say, well, so what did you think? And you've got this one negative Nelly. Sorry, Nelly. That is every time I say negative Nelly, I'm like, oh my gosh, I always think about Nelly. Okay, so negative Nancy. We don't have any Nancys on the team, do we? It can influence all the rest of them. It can just take that fire out right away. So no, don't say what do you think. And then another thing, like we already spoke about, don't leave it open-ended. Don't leave the control in their hands. Don't say anything like, yeah, you've got the information, just get back to me when you've decided. Okay, we don't want to do anything like that. All right. So just a couple more examples. I think the more we hear about it, the more it's going to feel natural and it's going to get in our brain. So say you've done the work, you've been asking the questions, and you get to your point where you're with this person and you've asked, so do you have a dream that hasn't been fulfilled yet? And they say, yes, I have always wanted a boat. So what do you say next? Tell me more. Tell me more. You want to find out more. You want to find out why. So tell me more. And it could be I've heard this is like an actual real life scenario. A person said, well, and this is actually very close to my heart as well. I want a boat because as a child, that was where some of my greatest family memories were made of. And that time was so special. And I have 2 boys and I want to recreate this with them. I want them to experience that because it is some of the greatest memories I have from my childhood. And it's, it's heartbreaking that I don't have this boat. We don't have the finances and I don't know how to get ahead. Oh my goodness. Do you see how that question that you asked led you to, how easy and effortlessly you can say, goodness, let's get you started. We can help you work out a plan. We can help you get this boat that you have always dreamed about. Who's going to say no to that, right? Another example, this is actually with a doctor. Now, this wasn't with me. I heard this on a call, and the doctor had no time. Like, he was so time poor, and so many people relate to this, right? And so she asked, I think it was Sharice Matthews, she said, so what would you do if you had time? And he said, I would play soccer with my kids. Makes me want to cry. Anything with children, right? I want to play soccer with my kids. I miss out on so much of their life. I miss out on so many of their school activities. So you want to, it's that tell me more, tell me more. You want to find out these details. And then how effortlessly, and it can't happen in any other way, but you just come right in with, let's work on that plan B. Let's help you make an extra income. Let's help you build a business so that you can get your time back. There is a way to get time freedom. And we have the answer. You've seen the presentation. And let's get you started. So those are just some examples, right? Do you see how it can just happen so naturally and so effortlessly when we are doing the right work of asking questions, building that relationship with this person, learning about them, wanting to serve and help them, and coming from the heart. All right, so the best way that you are going to learn about this, as in all the skills, is just getting out and doing. The learning is in the doing, right? Getting out there and doing it is going to help you develop the skill and learn how to just make it seamless and effortless, faster than any other way, faster than getting on all the Zooms and reading all the books on it and getting all that knowledge. Getting out and doing is how you're going to learn these skills. And be kind to yourself, as it says here. Be kind to yourself, because we do have to be bad before we are good before we are great, and I just added in great before we are phenomenal, okay? So it is a process, and the more you do it, the easier it's going to get, the more you're going to be able to switch into that correct mindset, be thinking about the other person over you or your fears or the sale or anything. It's going to become all about them. So get out and do. And just to close, I wanted to share when I had the biggest aha moment with closing, and when it was really a turning point for me. And it was a couple years ago, and I had met a lady, and she was a complete stranger, but we got into conversation, and I learned something very fast. I learned something very significant about her family where the product would really help. And so we met up. She was very willing to meet up, and I shared the information with her. I knew it wasn't the right time for the business, but I did drop about, a line about the business. I just had this feeling that I could see her aligning with it one day. And she got on the product, family got on the product, and time rolled on, and I really connected with this lady. I really enjoyed being in her company. So we met up again at a cafe, and we're chatting, and I didn't even realize I was going through this process here that I just trained about today. But I was just caring about her. I was just genuinely wanted to know about her and just learn about her. You know, I love learning about people. And I asked lots of questions. I learned a lot about her, and I was able to share more of my story too about how the business has changed my life. And the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, oh, I just want to share this with her. Oh, but I can't close. What if she thinks I'm in it? You know, all those things. What if she thinks I'm in it for the sale? And all this stuff is going through my mind, right? That chatter. I was thinking about me in that moment. And I remember I just went, Carrie, this is ridiculous. Just ask her. Just ask her. And I did. And I said, I was like, can you see yourself ever doing this? That's all I said. Can you see yourself ever doing this? And you should see, she was like, yes, like so relieved that I finally asked her, you know. And I was like, oh, I should have asked so long ago. You know, I was so comfortable with her. I just laughed about it. And I was like, I'm sorry, it took me forever to ask that. You know, I was just telling her about my fear. But she said something that was just so significant for me. She said, sometimes you just have to open that door for someone. I thought that is powerful, because she could have easily said, I want to do this. But like I said, that doesn't always happen. People need leading to that. They need to be led. But we built that relationship. There was a trust there. Even though she was a stranger a few months before, I cared about her, and there was that trust there, right? And I just had to get to the point where I could open that door for her. And that is what we're doing. We are inspiring people to how this can be the answer for them. And we're asking those questions to lead them effortlessly to getting started. So that is all. Let me just get this back up. Hang on one second. I might just hang on. I'm going to stop the recording now and stop sharing. There it is.